So, since I have very little idea of what I'm actually doing, I'm setting up a little test drive. So I got a aluminum sheet to make for the flooring of the house, the cork that I'm going to use as a underlayment, and 2 plaques of my floor. So the screws I'm going to use, so everything should be right the same. Screw them down, see how it goes, see how the wood takes the screws, and then I'm going to use the varnish that I'm going to use on the wood and see how it looks. Seems that came out pretty alright. Now let's just varnish and see how it takes. Oh yeah. Time to drill some wood. Já foi. There was a time where I didn't know if this was going to be a genius idea or a very dumb one, and I'm still not sure, but I'm kind of pretty halfway through and satisfied with the results of drilling, of actually screwing the wood from underneath my floor, and it's working quite nice. It's a struggle in some places, but other than that, it's going pretty good. Okay, so, ouch. I'm at the stage of leveling. So for the sanding of the floor, I figured renting for 50 bucks for a whole 24 hours, a big floor and deck sander would be the best, most efficient scenario. And it's coming out pretty good. It's pretty nice to work with it. As far as how many sheets of sand, that's something that I figured it's not as easy information to get or to know without a proper experience. And it turned out to me that I'm only using 1 sheet of each grit, so it's going pretty smooth, pretty good. I used 40 grit, just a small one in the sections, in the small little areas with a small sander. where there was a big level difference between the boards. And then I moved to the 60 grit, and this is after I used it. It looks, I mean, other than the corners, the middle, it's completely good still. And then I went to the 120 grit, which also looks quite nice still. And now I'm about to start with the 220 grit, which is this screen thing, and it should go quite smooth. And that's it for sanding. Whew. Floor is so nice and smooth. It's slippery. It's like, woo. Well, here's another, I don't really know what I'm doing, but this might help. So I'm about to start varnishing the floor, and I figured with so much wind and having to have air coming through, it'd be pretty tough not to get a lot of dust and leaves and debris and everything. So well, I made a little screen thing on one on each end, so I get some flow so I don't die. And I don't know, maybe it'll work, or maybe it won't. This is it. I got a wet mask, got my applicator. Yeah. I got my workstation. Here goes nothing.
Feed me, and I'll take care of those guys for you.
This here is insane work. I had no idea what the hell I was getting myself into. But it might look pretty good. I am done with the last layer of the polyurethane. And now, the very last thing I'm gonna do is scuff it all out and buff it so it's not so shiny. I mean, right now is so shiny that you can see like a clear reflex of everything outside, plus with the sun shining on here, this is just like you can't even see the floor. So in order to keep a more natural look, even though I still have a good coating to protect the wood, I'm gonna scuff it so it's a little bit more matte instead of glossy. That's the end result. Do I love it? Yes. The last sanding gave it a really smooth, almost like you know, sanded wood feel, even though it has all those layers of polyurethane. Would I do it again? Probably not. But it was really fun learning to do all the stuff that I need to learn to do this. So good for experience.